So we're going to unbox the TJQ. It's a tiny little unit. Here's a mouse for reference. Let's have a look. So in a nice bubbly wrapped pouch, which will be handy for portability. Comes with its own case, I guess. And there we have it. Tiny little unit, weighs very, very little, about the size of your hand. Does feel a bit plasticky, but for 55 quid I paid. What do you expect? Now, the big thing about this is it can be powered by 5 volt 2 amps, so 10 watts of power. Most USB sockets, I'm going to be using this in the van, push out about, up to 15 watts, although I do have PD fast chargers, so we're going to try it with both. And very simple, focusing ring there, buttons there, a standard HDMI, it's not HDMI mini. There is a 240 volt adapter in there, so it's still DC. USB in, so we're going to try and get the Fire Stick working in the van, and an AV in. It does come, I'll show you cables in a minute, and a headphone out. So in the box, it keeps going. Here's your AV cable. So if you have an older style input that you want to put in there, you've got audio and video. A HDMI to HDMI cable. The remote. No batteries. AAAs. And the AC to DC adapter. So that's giving out 2.5 amps at 12 volts, so 30 watts. Interesting. So you can push 30 watts into the unit. So we are going to try with 30 watts into the unit, but we're also going to try it with the standard socket, USB socket in the van. It does affect brightness, I believe. And the manual, which I've already had a quick look at, is actually quite useful. Shocking, I know. And that's it. That's the unit. So we're going to cut now to me using it in the van. Well, let's take a look at it. So here it is. I'm hoping you can see that past the... Let's move you over here. Right, there we go. So what I have done is link this to my phone, and that's what we get. The audio you're hearing is wind blowing coming out of the speakers on the actual device. It's all right, isn't it? I mean, it's a bit jittery. Don't know if you'd want to watch a film on it, but that is just screencasting directly from my phone. And if we keep it on that screen, this is what happens when I turn the van lights on. Or open a window. It's not great. It could be better. So if I move you back over here, and you get the remote. And settings are, they're all right. Let me close that window, that curtain again. It's not making a huge amount of difference. Portable power mode, so on low it actually makes the fan louder, which is bizarre. And this is a projector screen I'm using, and it's currently plugged into a 10 watt USB outlet. Let me plug it into a 30 watt. This is, as you probably figured out, powered by USB. It can be powered via a battery bank. We'll give that a go, but my tests inside were not very good. Okay, so that is through a 30 watt outlet. So I just put mirroring mode on my phone. Try again. Android screen. And then if I mirror on here, there we go. And there's my home screen. Yeah, there's not a lot else really. Projector settings, you know, if you've got it on your ceiling, if you need to flip it round, that's all pretty standard stuff. Video settings we had a look at, they're quite sort of disappointing. Sound settings, not very good. The sound, it's a tiny speaker, and that's it. So, am I going to keep this? Probably not. I mean, it's quite loud. The picture quality is okay if I was sat here working or playing a game on the Steam Deck. Yeah, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Obviously, I'd stretch the screen out or even get a pull-down screen. But the one advantage of this is if we're being lazy in bed, I could then project it over the other side and hook it under one of the shelves. I'm kind of, do I keep it, don't I? I'm probably going to go with not. You know, it might be nice of an evening putting something on to the side of the van. It's a white van, so you can use it as a projector screen. Let me show you the difference with a power bank. Right, here we go. This is only going to be outputting, what's this output? Not a lot. 5 volt, 3 amp. That's 15 watt output. I suppose that's okay. Doesn't look too terrible, actually. So yeah, it's portable. Yes, it does have to be dark. I open the van door, for example. Let light in. That's not going to work, is it? You're not going to see that. If it was plugged in with the AC adapter, it is a lot brighter, but as you can see, you're not going to be watching anything in the daytime outside with it. So that's it, the summary really. I suppose it works quite well with artificial light. Am I keeping it? Probably not. I'll have a think about it, but you know, it's 60 quid. I'd rather spend another 40 quid and buy an actual 16-inch USB powered monitor, or for about the same money I could just buy a 12 volt TV. You know, that'll work in the daytime. So yeah, I've just convinced myself, just get a TV, just get a 12 volt TV. This does have a use case, but it's very limited in scope. So that's it really. Interesting to see how much power it's actually drawing. Okay, we're going to sign off there. Memory card filled up on the camera, my bad. So it wasn't drawing any power that I could see or the app could even register, so it is incredibly low power if you are worried about that in your van. And that's it. I'm not going to be keeping it. It's not, you know, really worth the money to keep. So that'll be going back to Amazon. And that's it from me. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. There's lots of campervan stuff coming up and tech stuff, and of course my usual paddleboarding and sup content. All right guys, you take care, and I'll catch you for the next one.